Welcome back to the Blue Castle. Welcome back to the Blue Castle podcast.
Stunning.
I'm your host, Molly.
And I'm your other American host, Sarah.
Joke's on you. We're both American. I bet you couldn't tell.
Oh my gosh.
That was a complete accident, but I'm rolling with it. Whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. Gotta be British sometimes.
It's fine. Today we have another fun topic for you guys, or at least we think it's fun. Today we are going to be popcorn planning a trip to Walt Disney World in Florida. So maybe we take this trip one day, maybe we don't, but the idea is just to daydream and get all those brain synapses firing, thinking about all the things that we want to do on our next trip or trips to Walt Disney World. And then we've also learned that sometimes daydreaming a trip like this can hold us off a little bit longer and help us stretch to the next trip, which, by the way, I believe is 57 days away for us as we record this.
In the 50s. I don't know. I feel like I've been stuck on like the 70s for a while, so. But I don't look as much as Molly, so it's been a while since I've checked.
I only look multiple times a day.
And just in case you forgot.
No, I don't usually look multiple times a day, but I do look once a day, at least, at the Walt Disney World app, and I look at the countdown to our first stay of where we're staying on this trip, just so I have a frame of reference and something to get me through the work day.
Amazing. I mean, I look, but I don't usually look at the countdown. I think I've said that before. I look at, like, what are our plans, and do I need to, like, look at any dining reservations, or like, I don't know. I just think like, what am I missing from this trip that I could add that would make it better, which is part of our problem. We need to chill out. But in this hypothetical popcorn planning trip, we don't have to chill out. We can do whatever our hypothetical hearts desire. So
the hypothetical versions of us don't need relaxing time.
Exactly. There's no rest necessary. But if we want to be reasonable, we can. If we want to go hard, we can. So, Molly, did you? I don't think you've explained quite the full concept yet.
So the concept is this trip is imaginary, but we have a bunch of categories, such as time of year that we would go on this trip, the vibes of each day, what the headlining activity is of each day, food, dining, stuff like that. And the idea is that we will popcorn back and forth. And if Sarah picks that we're going to Hollywood Studios, then I can pick that we're eating at Hollywood Brown Derby or whatever. Like popcorn's back and forth, and together we come up with a beautiful, glorious trip that we may or may not take one day.
You know what I didn't put on here? What resort we're staying at.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Okay.
I say whoever gets travel day one gets what resort we go to.
Okay. I like that. Because you're picking where we check in. And okay, we're making this up on the fly, folks, so you're getting to see some of the brainstorming. But at any point in the trip, you can say, we're resort hopping if you are the first one to kick off that day. So
resort hopping or like moving with your bags and everything?
Not resort hopping. I meant split stay. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can move resorts if we want to. Or we can just stay the whole time.
So this trip is going to be 5 full days and 2 travel days. So theoretically, we could like switch hotels like 5 times. Wouldn't that be fun to do in real life?
If we are insane. I don't know. I feel like it would be interesting to do that if it was cost effective. I don't think it would actually matter cost wise. It just means that you're like, you don't have a place to stay from 11 till like 4 every day, 3 or 4 every day, which is actually really annoying. So
and
not
you'd
very
spend
smart.
a lot of money tipping people to move your bags.
Yeah.
If you're a good person, and if you're not, you wouldn't spend any money tipping anyone.
Yeah. I think
those are your options, I suppose.
Yeah. I think our other assumptions are our travel situation is the same as what we normally do. So we normally fly to Disney World. We normally get an Uber or a Lyft to Walt Disney World, and then we normally just use free transportation. Maybe rarely we'll use a Lyft or an Uber within Disney World, but for the most part, we're just free transportation, and then Lyft or Uber to the airport and then back home. So I think we've covered our bases on setting up the groundwork. Now we have to figure out who's going first, and that determines the whole thing. And
Okay,
you know what?
I have an idea for a way to determine who goes first.
Okay, let's hear it.
So we have a Google spreadsheet open or whatever, and I think I'm going to just write down odd or even, and then I'm going to go out of that spreadsheet, out of the sheet, and then you're going to guess odd or even. If you're right,
Okay.
you get to pick. If you're wrong, I get to pick the order.
Okay. All right, tell me when you're ready. Drum roll, please.
I'm out of it. So Sarah, guess odd or even.
Odd. Odd. Yes. I win. It actually doesn't really matter yet. We don't know exactly what all that's going to mean. Okay, time of year. Actually, I did want to pick this one because I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, but I really want to go to Disney World in December, early December, and I want to go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And I really want to do that this year. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but like a short little trip.
I love that pick. That's also what I would have picked because that's like the one time of year that I haven't really seen before. I guess I've seen some of it because we went in January once, but like Christmas vibes in January are a little sad to me. So I would want to go before Christmas.
Yep.
Soak in the vibes. Love that.
Yeah. And I said early December because, I mean, as Americans, we have Thanksgiving like toward the end of November, which honestly is unfortunate. I wish we did it like when Canada does it, but then we would get more Christmas vibes that aren't like fighting with the Thanksgiving fall vibes, but whatever. I mean, late November would be fine too, honestly. I can forget about Thanksgiving. That's fine. All right. So Molly gets to pick. Oh, Molly gets to kick it off with where we're staying and what we're doing on travel day. So the whole shebang. She gets to pick if we get there early that day, middle of the day, the whole thing.
Ooh, I love this.
So much power.
What vibe? Like, I really think that this might set the tone for the whole thing because if I picked that we're staying at Art of Animation in a Finding Nemo suite, that's like fun, cheap, lots of like little activities and like, I don't know, high energy, but not luxurious. If I pick something on the other end, which is what I'm going to do, it's going to be bougie.
I'm down.
So on this trip, we'll just say that we're going there for a very special occasion. And it's like my 30th birthday or something. And we're both rich by then.
Of course.
And in accordance with the Christmas vibes, we have to go somewhere that has one of the most iconic Christmas features, which is the Grand Floridian.
I knew it.
The Grand Floridian has their full, like, actual house-sized gingerbread house that you can, like, see and walk through and buy gingerbread from. I think the gingerbread tasted pretty bad because I got a little sample of it, but it smells really good.
But you got a sample of what they actually put on the house, right? That's like leftover, not like the actual cookies that they have that like I think you have to buy them, but you can buy like actual like gingerbread packaged cookies. And I think those are good, but they're very different than and they're not going to be that good of cookies if they're what they're using to build a building that's going to stay there for like
that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that because it was definitely very sturdy. Like it tasted like a ginger brick.
I'm surprised you hadn't thought of that. That's literally the whole reason it tasted bad, I'm sure, is because it's not intended to be eaten. I'm sure they have lots of leftover and then they're like, well, we might as well give this away so people can say, I tried, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, but anyway, the other thing, we're definitely staying in the main building with a view of Magic Kingdom. We're not staying club level because I feel like that's a waste of money, even in my imagination.
Well, it's the feeling of the pressure of making use of that space. And like, it almost it excludes you from like going and doing other things.
Yeah. And club level, for those of you who don't know, it's basically you're staying at one of the deluxe resorts, or maybe Coronado Springs also has it. And there are just some perks that you get that you wouldn't normally get. A lot of them including like free food in this lounge area at Grand Floridian. I found out recently that each meal is kind of catered in by a different restaurant and it rotates from other Grand Floridian restaurants. And they're known to have really good food. But I don't know. I think if you have that kind of money, it's probably more cost effective to just go to the restaurant and get the fresh food exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And
I
so get
agree.
a different vibe of a restaurant versus going to the same place every day.
Yeah, like I think it would be really convenient, but it would be, yeah, just annoying, like the pressure of it. I don't love that. Okay, that's awesome. So we're staying in Grand Floridian. We have
we
a
deserve.
Magic Kingdom. Yes, as we deserve. We have Magic Kingdom view, no club level because we want to dip our toes in all the things that all the places have to offer without feeling the pressure of utilizing them. So anything else travel day that we're doing?
We are landing early. We both have nonstop flights that are not delayed. We arrive rejuvenated because we are both able to nap on the flight. Whoa, I feel so good as if I didn't even travel today. Those are the
Amazing.
vibes.
That's like extremely unrealistic for me to have napped, but I must have just been extremely relaxed.
Yeah. Your body was preparing you for this roller coaster of a trip we're about to go on.
Amazing. Okay, are we going to eat anywhere? Or like, oh, do we get there for lunch?
Well, we get there like early, being like early afternoon.
Okay.
We arrive, we go to, what's it called? Narcoossee's?
Mm-hmm.
Just one of the restaurants at Grand Flow, you know. We were soaking in the vibes of our resort. It's our first day there.
Love that. Narcoossee's is mostly seafood, but I'm sure they have some non-seafood options that you would enjoy.
Or maybe that's the day. Maybe that's the day that my mental block against seafood goes away and I finally step into adulthood and eat fish.
Wow.
I'd be so
Honestly,
proud of myself.
Yeah, you could get like, you could ask, you know, the waiter, like, what's the least fishy fish dish here? And then you could fall in love.
I ask him what the most fishy one is because I love fish now. And it's
Oh my gosh.
thing.
Okay, this is hypothetical, I guess, but somewhat realistic. Okay, so Narcoossee's, that sounds fun. Then what? Anything else you want to add to this day?
Go to bed early because I'm guessing you're next, and I'm guessing you're going to want to hit a park first thing on the first full day.
You know it.
So
And
go
I
to
think,
bed
you know,
early. Oh, and just enjoy the big luxurious beds while we watch, like, I don't know, like Cinderella. No, we watch Mary Poppins as we fall asleep. That's it.
oh, that's iconic. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that was travel day. That was all Molly. So I get to pick the headliner for day one. And I am going to go. I like trying to keep it serious and tell you something that you're not going to want to hear, but I won't do that because I can switch us to a different resort and I can say what we're doing that day. So I wanted to be like, we're moving to All-Star Movies because that was your least favorite one. And we're doing that first thing in the morning. We're checking out at like 6 a.m. And
That just feels illegal. Like, you can technically do that, but who in their right
I'm
mind?
not doing that. I definitely don't want to do that. But that would have been so funny if I could convince you that I was really doing it and I was serious about it. No, we are going to rope drop Magic Kingdom, obviously. I mean, we're staying at the Grand Floridian. We're going to walk there because we've got fresh legs at this point. We want to take advantage of our location there. Actually,
Vibe.
yeah, we're gonna do that. So I don't really get to pick. Oh yeah, I get to pick the rides, vibes, and activities. So maybe you tell me what our dining is first. I like that, and then I can slot in some of the rides and vibes and activities that we do at Magic Kingdom.
Okay, do I get to pick the dining all day?
Yeah, all day you can pick the dining. I would say the caveat with whoever picks the dining is it has to be reasonable for that park day.
But like on this, I could pick that we get breakfast at the quick service at Grand Floridian before,
Right. Yeah,
and get
like-
coffees there. Okay, that's what I think we would actually do. Would probably be eat
Yeah.
at the resort before rope drop. I don't know what we'd eat. I've never had breakfast at the quick service at Grand Flow. I've never had the breakfast there. I'm sure it's great. So we'd have something there and then get maybe some coffees there if that's the vibe, which is kind of a lame thing to say because all of Magic Kingdom area is at my fingertips. But I really think first morning we're there, we're going to Magic Kingdom. The proximity to the park is like the selling point or one of many selling points for Grand Flow. Why would I not either eat at Magic Kingdom or at Grand Flow? So we're going to do the quick service. We're so excited to get to the park, but we don't want to get up so early that we have to like go to a sit down place. No. So beef low breakfast.
I don't even know if quick service. I mean, if sit down dining would be open early enough for you to be done before rope drop.
I don't know. I have heard that you can get in before even resort rope drop to like some of the restaurants in Magic Kingdom if you have a dining reservation, but then you still miss the first part of rope drop even if you start getting served before. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do for breakfast.
Nice.
Do you want to take us through the vibes of the morning in the park, and that might help me decide lunch?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We can leave it up to the person who has the reins on how much they want to give up some control of the day, if that makes sense. So like right now you're letting me have a little bit of influence. So
because at the end of the day I want the trip to be cohesive and good.
Yes. Well, I may sabotage us later. We'll see. I'm just kidding. I probably won't, but I am in the mood to do that. So we'll see. I'm thinking
Sinister.
we're gonna rope drop. Space Mountain, like Tomorrowland area. I forget what areas are actually open for rope drop. Like some areas they don't let you go over there yet.
Tomorrowland they let you in, and Fantasyland I want to say, and I also want to say like Big Thunder Mountain and that area. I don't know for sure.
Well, I'm thinking Tomorrowland, and I think if Space Mountain's open, we do Space Mountain. If not, we start the day with People Mover because we're just vibing, we're having a good time. So I'm thinking mostly Tomorrowland in the morning. Maybe we head over to Fantasyland and do a few dark rides and stuff like that. But pretty chill, pretty easygoing. So I'm guessing we're probably around Fantasyland by the time we get hungry for lunch.
Okay. So I might mix it up from what you would think from that point. So what I'm thinking we're going to do for lunch is we're actually going to leave the park for a little while because Magic Kingdom's at our fingertips the whole trip. So we're actually going to leave. We're going to go on the monorail and we are going to eat at Ohana for lunch. And it's going to be right after they stop serving breakfast. And it's going to be like their full-on Ohana dinner with like, what is it, like the bread pudding? Is that what they're famous for? Some sort of a bread?
Yes, I think so.
Bread pudding, noodles, all of that. I've never had it, but it sounds absolutely delicious. So that is what I want to do. It might be a little heavy, but we need a little break from the park. We're tired from our travel day that didn't tire us.
Okay, I do have one like thing to make this real. Ohana goes from 7:30 to 12:15 according to Google. For their breakfast, and then 3:30 to 10 for dinner. So they're closed over the lunch hour. So
okay. Good point. Okay, so Ohana, that's what we're going to do for dinner. Everything I described still applies, but for lunch, we are going to get some a Mickey pretzel for Sarah, and a Dole Whip for me, and maybe like some cheeseburger and pizza spring rolls, just kind of like snacky things around the park. All the things that you pass by and you're like, ooh, I want to try that. Ooh, there's like there's like a pretzel or something right now that is filled with like cheesy garlic stuff. And I think you dip it in marinara. We get that. We just get like all the little snacky foods that you've seen on like DFB Food Guide and all of the YouTubers eating.
I love it. I like that because then it doesn't disrupt our day very much, but it frees us up to snack without having like a dedicated lunch time. So we have a lot of flexibility until we get to that dinner reservation. What time is our reservation?
Um, I don't know. I'd have to look up like when the parades happen, when fireworks are, but I'd want it to be a comfortable distance from all of the things that are like it's not anywhere close to the fireworks time and it's not anywhere
Okay.
close to a parade.
Okay, I like that. So for rides, vibes, activities, we're snacking, we're doing all that stuff, and then I say we do go to like the afternoon, the earliest parade time, and then we maybe go over to Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder. Basically, we try to knock out our favorites, like the kind of headliner rides. We do Tiana's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
whatever we can get done before our dining reservation, we squeeze in. It's very simple, very obvious Magic Kingdom Day, but amazing nonetheless.
Slay, Magic Kingdom Day. Classic.
So after Ohana, I also get to pick what we do. And we're going to go back to our room for a little bit just to chill. And then we're going to get back to Magic Kingdom. And if we want like a little treat or something when we get back into Magic Kingdom, maybe we get ourselves a little refresher from Starbucks or a iced coffee or something, iced matcha, I don't know, something for the evening if we need more energy. But we're staying for the first, I guess there's only one fireworks showing most of the time. We're staying for the fireworks. The thing that I'm trying to remember is if it's Very Merry Christmas, like Mickey's, whatever, the Christmas party time, like I think they have days that aren't the Christmas party. So we're assuming this Magic Kingdom Day is Christmas party free and it's like a normal Magic Kingdom Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to the normal fireworks, not dealing with crowds and stuff for and like they're not kicking us out for the party yet.
Awesome.
Easy day. Amazing.
I
All
love
right.
that.
Day 2, it's all you, Molly. Well, not all you. I get to pick dining, but
Day 2. Day 2, what are we going to do day 2? You know what? Day 2, we're going to go to Hollywood Studios.
okay.
That's
Great
our
Christmas
headliner,
vibes.
baby.
Wow.
Really great Christmas vibes. My other thought was I want to spread out a little bit the 2 resorts that we can get to on the monorail because we're staying on the monorail loop. So I was tempted to go to Epcot day 2, but I think spread it out because we're going to have to take a bus eventually, unfortunately. Even the luxury of Grand Flow, you still have to get on a bus sometimes.
Yeah.
So we're going to get on a bus, boo, but also go to my favorite park, Hollywood Studios. Yay!
Amazing. I think for this one we well, you get to decide, are we like rope dropping? What are the vibes? Going hard, going chill?
We are absolutely rope dropping. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Good. We're on the same. No, we're on the same page. That's what I wanted. And today we're not getting anything. We're not getting anything at the Grand Floridian. We're going straight to Hollywood Studios, and we are rope dropping Starbucks because we never do that. And I see that people do that, and I just think it looks fun and interesting because
Rope dropping starve.
yes, yep. You can't change
That's your
my mind.
pick. I know. It's your pick. It's fine.
It'll be fine because we're the first ones in line. It opens like before the park does. So I think we can get our drinks and then go line up at rope drop wherever you want us to go. You know what I mean? Like the rope drop within Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. So it might be a victimless crime to go to Starbucks first. You're saying
Exactly.
that like we might be able to kind of hold our place in line even and not miss rope drop because we can get to it
Yep.
inside the park. Okay. And I don't think Starbucks is called Starbucks in the park, but it's Starbucks.
But everyone knows. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So after that, we are going to be rope dropping Slinky Dog Dash.
Okay.
It's chill. It's refreshing. It will wake us up. It's a roller coaster, but like, I don't know. I feel like the line for Slinky Dog Dash gets heinously long.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it does.
ridiculous, and it's never worth that. But I think it's a good rope drop choice because it's fun. It's outdoors. It's good to get some stuff done in the Toy Story area before it gets too hot because it gets so hot back there.
I was literally gonna say that. I was like, the main thing I'm thinking is that this means we get to do Toy Story when it's not hot yet. And that whole land is just tainted by I always feel hot there. So good
Yeah.
call.
Yeah. So that's definitely the first ride that we rope drop. We knock out as much as we want to do in Toy Story Land. And by that, I mean, I don't really want to do alien swirling saucers, but you can.
No.
Then immediately after that, we bop right over to Galaxy's Edge and do Rise of the Resistance because that's another one that gets really long line. And I really think that if we do Toy Story Land, which basically has two rides if you don't do Alien Swirling Saucers, it has Toy Story Mania and Slinky Dog
Slinky
Dash,
Dog.
and then you go over to Rise of the Resistance. That's a solid rope drop trio
Yeah.
as far as cutting the line goes. You could probably make better use of your rope drop time if you were willing to like go all the way to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway or all the way to Tower of Terror. I'm not willing to walk that much first thing, but as far as like proximity together, I think that that's a good trio.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, so I'm assuming we're ready for lunch about
Yes.
after Galaxy's Edge. I want to try Woody's Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, if that's or Rodeo Roundup Rodeo.
Yeah.
I don't know what order it is, but I want to try that. So it's, I mean, once we're in Galaxy's Edge, we'll have to go back to Toy Story, but that's not far, so it'll be convenient enough. And I think it has gotten better and better reviews. The longer they've been open, from what I've seen about the food, the experience has been good for everyone every time, basically. But so I want to try that for lunch. So that's kind of our big meal of the day.
I think it's pretty common for any restaurant that opens. A lot of the times they have a very clear vision for what they want their restaurant to be, but like wait times can be bad in the beginning, or you're training like a bunch of different cooks at the same time, and some of them might have been there to help develop the menu and really understand the vision and know exactly how to cook things, and then some of them are still kind of learning. So as everyone learns, it gets more consistent.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know, but I've heard good things and I want to try it. And I'm just there for the vibes. Like the food being good is a bonus, and I obviously want it to be like pretty good, but it doesn't have to be like the best thing ever. But yeah, I'm excited to try that. Okay.
Awesome. So after lunch, we're full of barbecue food. We're happy, but we're a little sleepy. So we decide after that we want to go to like one of the sing-along shows. Oh no, we go to see Indiana Jones, the Indiana Jones
Ooh.
Stunt Spectacular. It's easy to get in. You don't have to fight the crowds. It's nothing too exciting. It's pretty classic, predictable, but I think it's a really good digest your food and watch the show type of situation.
Yeah. No, I always want to watch that because I think it'll be really good. Like, I'm never drawn to Indiana Jones as a concept, as anything, but then every time I experience the ride, the movies, the vibes of it, it's actually so good and really fun and interesting, like exciting. So I think that would be really good.
Okay, so we do that, and hopefully by the time that show is over, we've digested our food, we're ready to go do some more exciting things. That's when we go to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, where we have Genie Plus, and we just get right on. No problem, no wait. Or minimal wait, I guess. We played it well, which is a really cute ride. Again, it's good for kind of your stomach. It's not like too crazy. I mean, you can speak on that better than I can about like if the screens bother you or anything, or there's a few places where you like kind of spin around and stuff, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, it's not 3D. So, I mean, there's some aspects of it that are like quite literally 3D, like there are screens and real life things, but you're not wearing the glasses. That helps a lot. And yeah, it's spinny in some places, but never bad.
I think it's just a really cute ride. I don't get motion sick like you do on that kind of stuff, but I yield to you as the expert. Okay, so after Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, we decide to do a little bit of shopping on the, what is it, Sunset Boulevard?
I think so.
We shop on Sunset Boulevard. Maybe we get a snack, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, for dinner, in my mind, I'll just tell you what I'm thinking. It's literally going to be like whatever is around us that looks tasty. So we could get just ice cream if we're only hungry for a little something. or yeah, just any snackies, doesn't really matter. I can't think of anything in particular that I'm like, yeah, we should do that. Oh, you know what? Yes, I can. The Wookiee cookie
Yeah.
from Backlot Express. Backlot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
want
don't
that.
really
That
think
was good.
there's not that many iconic snacks at Hollywood Studios, and the only like there's Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, and there's the 60s Primetime Cafe. There's some like sit-down places that are pretty famous and like considered pretty good, but as far as just like strolling around unique snacks, I can't really think of much. Okay, and then after we get a little snacky and we are kind of bopping around for a while, it's just gotten dark, and we go on Rock and Roller Coaster and then Tower of Terror.
Amazing.
And we wrap up the day at Hollywood Studios by going on Fantasmic.
Going on Fantasmic.
Sorry, watching Fantasmic.
I was like, do you know what?
Fantasmic.
Well, for a second there, I was like, do you know it's like not a ride? Because Molly's never done.
I've never done it.
Fantasmic.
I
She's
do
never
know it's
ridden
not
it
a ride.
before. No, yeah, it's a full-on show. It's even more of a show than like a normal fireworks show because there's actual seating and it's like an amphitheater style thing. So it's
Can
really,
you imagine
really
if there was actual seating for the fireworks at Magic Kingdom? That would be so nice.
That would be so nice. Oh my word. I mean, they could do something like that. They could add an amphitheater type thing for a show. But at this point, the castle being part of the projections and stuff, it's just so good. I'm willing to stand, personally.
Yeah, agreed. So that wraps up my activities and vibes and all of that for Hollywood Studios Day 2.
Okay, I think I'm going to be boring, but I'm going to do what's realistic and what I really want to do. And for headliner for Day 3, it's a full-blown, full-send Grand Floridian day. Like, we're allowed to leave, sure, but we are really fully soaking up the vibes of the Grand Floridian. We paid a pretty penny to be here. And this is the day, in my mind, if this is Molly's 30th or if this is like for a specific celebration, this is the day we're really celebrating that hardcore. So I'm picturing, just before we get to the dining stuff, Molly, I'm picturing like a little bit of pool day because it's December in Florida. It's still gonna be warm enough to go to the pool. We're not gonna spend a ton of time there, but we might, go to the hot tub for a little bit and just enjoy the Florida vibes. And then what else? Maybe a little bit of basin, shopping in the merchandise store.
We meet some characters like Goofy and Pluto just happen to be in the lobby.
Yes, in the lobby. We go read in the lobby for a little bit just to relax and soak in the vibes, maybe. I don't know. You're probably on TikTok, but I take my book and read.
Sarah, don't tell everyone how much better you are than me. Sarah reads and I'm on TikTok. Whoopsies. That's true. Ooh, I like to imagine that there's someone playing the piano.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's a given. And they're playing like, ooh, they see that it's your birthday. You have your birthday pin on, like your celebration birthday pin. I guess it's like for your birthday, not just I'm celebrating. Anyway, and they ask you if you have a song request. What do you pick, Molly?
My song request is the theme song from Beauty and the Beast.
Classic.
Or Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins, because that was
it's on
Walt's
theme.
favorite and it's perfect for the vibes.
That's true. I was thinking like Part of Your World or something, Ariel, but
That would be very good too.
Yeah, maybe he does a medley of all of them. You just say all of them and then he's like, you're like, oh, just pick one. And then he's like, I got you. Does all of them.
I just realized a plot hole in our own story is that my birthday is in June, which is like as far away from December as you can be. But yes, celebrate my 30th 6 months.
Okay,
after it.
Nobody's birthday's in December.
Nobody in the whole world. It's literally against the law. None of our family has a birthday in December or even close to it, really.
No, we've got January 2nd is one, but we're in early December, so that's still a month away. It's fine. We just celebrate. This is the day we've picked to be your birthday because it's most convenient for this year for some reason. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not thinking anything too crazy. I do think we're gonna watch the fireworks from the Grand Floridian later this night. So just so you know, for dining planning purposes. But I'm trying to tell you anything you need to know for picking our dining. I think I covered the main things.
Day 3 dining. So it's a Grand Flow day. For brunch-ish, like 11 o'clock, we go to the Grand Floridian Cafe. You can get whatever you want out of the goodness of my heart, but I'm getting chicken and waffles and probably like
same.
and like a little side of fruit just to feel like a healthy girl. And for dinner, I'm tempted to leave because my mind says Victoria and Albert's, but I don't really want Victoria and Albert's.
Yeah, it's like so fancy that it's actually not very approachable for people who aren't foodies.
Yeah, and I think I could do Victoria and Albert's, but I feel like that's a lot of staying at one location all day, and that might get even a little boring. So what's the place?
Shots fired.
I didn't mean to be mean.
No
But
offense,
this is the day
Grandflo.
this is the day where we can like travel the furthest without it being like tiring, if you know what I mean. So I'm thinking either that one place at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Boma.
Yeah, the buffet.
Well, no. Maybe it is a buffet.
Oh,
Okay.
starts with a J.
Anyway, maybe that like
the fancy one.
Yeah, the fancy one. Like Animal Kingdom vibes, but still like a nicer place to eat. It's a little further from our from Grand
Chico.
Flow. Yeah, that. I don't even know what
Okay.
they serve there, but I'm there. I want that food for the vibes of it.
Yeah, no, I think it's either, I know that like most of the food there is like Indian and African, either fusion or like they just serve both. It says African fine dining, so that would be very cool.
And I feel like that's a little bit outside of our comfort zone. Not like fully. I've had some African food and I've liked it, but we've had such a calm, relaxing, like grand but comfortable day that's like a good way to, I don't know, not end it, but end the food journey.
Yeah, well, and I think if we're kind of just lounging, pool, blah, 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 like chilling all day, we're very casual clothing wise, we might want to dress up a little bit for Jico. Maybe we take some pictures before we head over at the Grand Floridian in our cute outfits, and then we take pictures once we get to Animal Kingdom Lodge. So we don't do that very often. We've said that before. We're bad about trying to like, our family's all about comfort, so we tend to lean casual in our clothing choices, and we tend to not make pictures a priority. We tend to just go and do stuff and forget about the pictures. So,
but then afterwards we're like, sometimes we wish that we had pictures, or we have like a few pictures from the first day that we snapped in bad lighting and no one really thought about it. I don't know. We don't prioritize it, and this is a good time to prioritize it. I agree.
Let's do it. Okay, I like that. So I think our Jico reservation is just early enough that we get back to Grand Flow in plenty of time, and we change and get comfy, and we go out and watch the fireworks from out in front of Grand Floridian. I know there's like some spots kind of around the dock areas and stuff like that, so we just find a spot.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
it's
And then when we
amazing.
go to bed, we're already like showered because we already got all done up for Jico. I love whenever you go out but you're not like too sweaty or whatever, and then when you come back you still are clean. All you have to do is like wash your face, brush your teeth, climb in bed. Beautiful.
Yeah, that is nice. Okay, I like it. So that's day 3 wrapped. Day 4, I'm realizing we only have 2 days left and we haven't done the Christmas party yet, so it's either you or me. Just
Well, we
a
also
reminder.
haven't left the Grand Floridian, so if there was a time to do a split stay, I would think that this is the last day. That would make sense.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so but it's your
You don't
turn.
have to.
Oh wait,
Oh,
Yeah, it's your turn. I picked Grand Floridian stay
It's
day.
my turn.
Yeah, day 4 headliner. It's all you.
Well, okay then. If you insist, we're going to go stay at the boardwalk.
Wow. But we haven't gone to the party yet.
Oh.
Do we want to swap days? We can make up the rules. It's our podcast.
I don't know if this is a trip where we would resort hop then.
You mean split stay?
Split stay. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's full send Grand Flow.
Maybe it's full send Grand Flow because that just kind of seems to be the vibe of the Christmas trip. And since you said split stay was an option, in my mind I was like, well, we have to do that.
Yeah, no, we don't have to. It was really
No.
just to say it's out there as a potential.
Stop begging me to do a split stay, Sarah. We'll stay at the Grand Floridian.
Okay, let's do it. I like that. That feels better with, I mean, I should have, well, no, I shouldn't have. Should myself. But I was going to say I should have done the Christmas party on our first Magic Kingdom day and made it a mega day. But I don't think so. Okay, so day 4. What are we doing, Molly?
Day 4, we are going to... I'm a little split on this because there's pros and cons. I'm picking between the last 2 parks, which are Animal Kingdom and Epcot. And I'm actually thinking on this day, we do Epcot and we rope drop.
Okay.
And I'm relying on you to pick up on the vibes that I'm imagining for Animal Kingdom later, but that is not going to be up to me.
I know exactly what you're going to say. I mean, what you're thinking. I guarantee you.
Okay.
I'm tempted to write it down already, but I won't.
On
Okay.
Epcot,
Day 4 Epcot.
Day, we are rope dropping. We are, well, I guess breakfast is up to you. So what do you want to do for breakfast?
I'm thinking. I don't know. I just want coffee and like a little something. It doesn't need to be a whole breakfast like situation. I don't think Epcot has the best, like that many places open for breakfast. We can just do a coffee and like a little breakfasty snack at some point inside of Epcot, maybe after our first rope drop ride. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, good.
It's whatever. It's not the main
I was worried
event.
that you were worried about it.
Okay, so what are we doing now at Epcot? What are we rope dropping?
So we're going in through a different entrance than I'm used to rope dropping. I'm used to rope dropping at the Skyliner area.
Oh,
like
you're
on the far side.
right. We
But
probably
we're
took
gonna
the
be going
monorail.
Yeah, we're going on the monorail. Does the monorail open up into Epcot?
No, it's outside. It's at the front entrance, but it goes, I think, I've never ridden it to Epcot, so I don't know, but I think it goes around inside of Epcot, then turns around and lets you out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get like a little view of inside, I think, and then you're let out. But I'm not sure. It could be like they let you out and then to leave to go back to Magic Kingdom, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Gotcha. So whenever you first get in at that entrance of Epcot, there's a couple things around. Like you could go test track or like Mission Mars, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that at any point today. No Mission Mars because it makes me feel icky. We're not doing test track.
that.
Those are much too intense to start off your day with.
Fair.
The easiest thing to rope drop would be Planet Earth or Spaceship Earth, but that is such a boring start. I know some people love it. I
Fair.
think it smells like dust. I'll go on
I
it
like
every
the
time.
smell, honestly.
I'll go on it every time, but I don't want to start off the day on that note. So we're going to start off our day with Soarin'.
Yay! That's honestly might be my favorite ride. I'm trying to think of what's better.
At any of the resorts or at any of the parks?
It's my most feel good all around happy ride. I can't think of anything I love more.
It is very good. Very good. And then, okay, so after Soarin', I'm thinking it's Epcot. My brain tells me go, go, go in general, but Epcot, it's like kick back, enjoy the cultures, enjoy the food. So I'm thinking we're not going to walk all over everywhere. We're going to do Soarin', and then we're going to do Livin' with the Land right next door. Not going to overthink it too much.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are going to casually stroll and shop and take in the vibes of the World Showcase, starting at Canada because that's the side we're closest to. I've said it before, I don't care that much about which side you start on.
Yeah,
I get it, but I don't get it. I don't get why people
feels
get
better. Starting in Canada feels better to me. I think it's literally just because, and we've said this a million times, it's because it's closer to the side entrance, so it feels more like where we normally start. I keep saying side entrance, but that's not even what it's called. The
World Showcase entrance?
No, it's something about the world though. It's like
it doesn't matter. It
doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. Somebody's screaming at us. Somebody out there knows, and they're like, anyway. So living with the land, then we're going up to World Showcase. What are we doing at the World Showcase?
We're hitting the rides as we walk past them. So we're gonna go on Remy's. We're gonna go on the Frozen Ever After. We have Genie Plus, so we've stacked it so it works out. Or not Genie Plus, because next December it's going to be
Lightning Lane
Multi-Pass. We have that, and we have it stacked up just right so that we don't have to wait. And because Remy's and Frozen Ever After can get pretty long lines. So anyway, but even if we have to wait in the lines a little bit, we are taking in the vibes of the World Showcase. It's water off a duck's back. We don't care.
Okay, the other thing I have to remind you is that it's Festival of the Holidays time, which means we've got all kinds of stuff. There's Santa Claus meet and greets, holiday storytellers all throughout the park, and then there's seasonal holiday food with a cookie stroll. There's the Olaf thing where the scavenger hunt. I'm just looking this all up. And then in the evening, there's the candlelight processional.
Ooh, okay, we're gonna do the candlelight processional later, but a lot of the other stuff seems to be for little kids. But the Christmas or holiday storytellers from around the world that are at the different stations, we listen to their stories as we walk by. We take that in.
Yeah. I like that.
Do you want to come up with a snack or lunch or something?
Yeah. So I'm thinking I think there's a candlelight processional dining package. We're going to splurge on that so that we can get good seats to the candlelight processional. And we're going to the one that Neil Patrick Harris, is that his name? NPH. Yeah. He does the narrating because I think he does it every year or most years. And everyone says he's the best. He does a really good job. And then, so we're doing that. I found the restaurants that it normally is. So Akershus, which is the Norwegian one, Beer Garden, which we love, Coral Reef, Garden Grill, Le Cellier, that would be nice, Rose and Crown, Spice Road Table. So not Via Napoli. Oh, Regal Eagle is also there. Sorry, it was underneath some stuff.
You pick Regal Eagle, I'm gonna be upset.
No, I'm not picking. We already did Woody's. We don't need more barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of those. Le Cellier is speaking to me. It's just the Canadian steakhouse, but it's giving cozy Christmas to me.
I looked up the menu for Akershus because I've never had that before, and Norwegian, I would think it would just be a lot of fully cooked fish, and they don't have any fish on them. Oh, they have some seared salmon, but a lot of it's just mashed potatoes, green beans. I feel that's very Americanized because when I think of Norwegian food, it's pickled herring.
I think it used to be more authentic because I know that people complained because it was the breakfast buffet was where you can meet all the princesses, and people are I want to bring my little girls here, but they won't eat anything on the menu because it's so authentic, unfortunately. And so I think maybe they've just responded to the feedback. But okay, so we're going to Le Cellier for dinner, but that doesn't tell us where we're going for lunch. I think for lunch, we're just doing the Festival of the Holidays, whatever we see as we're going around. Because those are usually kind of more appetizer size, not appetizer, but they're usually smaller bites, so you can.
Do I have permission to get little fun drinkies as we go along?
Yes, of course. Yes,
I don't need your permission to drink at all usually, but
if I'm in charge of dining for this,
if you're in charge of
hypothetical
dining,
day, I
The
think
one that I really want is that like orange slushy from France.
Do they have that all year?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to try if there's like a holiday gingerbready type mocktail drink or like a gingerbread latte vibe that's like special for Epcot, like the Festival of the Holidays. I would want to get that at some point. Anyway, what else are we doing this lovely day?
We're watching the candlelight processional and fireworks, and that's gonna wrap it up.
Amazing. Okay, easy
Oh,
peasy.
at some point along the way, we do Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, but that's just whenever we can get a boarding pass and fit it in.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know. I've been on the ride twice, and it was worse the second time than it was the first time. So I don't have.
She means for her motion sickness.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'll probably ride it at least one more time, and if I'm miserable after this one, I just need to be held accountable to stop riding it because it does not do me any favors,
Well,
even when I close my eyes.
Hopefully that's the last thing we do in the day. Our boarding pass was super late, and even if you feel a little icky, we're just going straight home.
Yeah, it'll make me go to sleep faster because I won't feel good. Okay, day 5 headliner. I'm hoping we're on the same wavelength here. Either way, my plan is immaculate. So we're going to rope drop, Animal Kingdom, and we are going to end the day a little early so we can head over to Magic Kingdom and go to the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So this is a big old day. So we're probably going to. I'm going to say we're going to call it at Animal Kingdom. Like we're rope dropping so that we can kind of maximize the beginning of the day, but we're probably going to go back to the room around 1 or 2 and take it easy for a while. Maybe shower if we feel gross or just change into some Christmassy stuff. And then we're going to go to the Christmas party around 4. Like you can get in around 4, and then I think the party starts at 6. So that's kind of the big picture of the day. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, that's a lot more loaded than I was imagining.
Oh, really?
I kind of forgot. Whenever we thought we were on the same wavelength, I was like, forgot about the Christmas party altogether at Magic Kingdom. I was thinking, we don't rope drop. We start a little later. It's a relaxing last day.
Yeah, no. Molly,
You were.
We had a whole day in the middle of this trip to just take it easy, and Epcot we kind of took it slow. So we're doing both. We're doing it all. Sorry, can't help it.
For breakfast on this day, this is the 5th full day of Disney, and we've had a lot of food, a lot of good food. I'm thinking that we actually had something Instacart delivered to our resort the night before. And so for breakfast on this day, we have like fruit and like a granola bar, or maybe we already had that to begin with, because I just know around this point in a Disney trip, I'm just craving anything fresh.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel heavy.
That's fair. Yeah, we could do that.
I know it's lame, but it's the hint of reality that I think I need to ground me right now.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And we're rope dropping and we're really tired. So at this point we want sleep over like a good meal.
We might still get like Starbucks at Animal Kingdom though.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe after our first rope drop ride. So for rope drop, I'm thinking we're actually not going to do Flight of Passage. We're going to rope drop. I think we're going to rope drop Expedition Everest, go straight over to the safari, and then go right back to Expedition Everest because it's still going to be a really short wait. And we're going to go on that again. And then we're going to get coffee.
We're going on Expedition Everest twice.
In the morning because
okay.
because I have a mostly empty stomach. It's only healthy foods. It's not going to bother me very much, and I haven't had coffee yet, and so I can have the coffee. Like I can just get it and then hold it until I'm like ready. The other thing is, I'm gonna say we bought the Lightning Lane single pass Are you proud of me? I didn't say individual attraction selection.
Good job.
Lightning lane single pass for Flight of Passage later in the day. Not that much later, like 11 or something.
I like that because that was the main flaw with your plan before.
Yeah. Oh, I have it covered. I had it
Sorry,
covered.
Sarah. It never had a flaw. It had a potential hazard that you avoided expertly.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay,
You're
so
welcome, actually. Okay. Yeah, that's the main things. The rest of it, I mean, if I can do those 3 rides and at Animal Kingdom, like those are the ones that I need to be on, and everything else is just a bonus. So
yeah,
except it's a negative if it's the Bugs Life thing. I don't like that.
yeah, that one kind of weirds me out. I've heard they're redoing that, but I don't know if that's actually true.
I hope so. It's really cool when like to be inside the Tree of Life. It's really a letdown whenever it's just bleh. Anyway, what are we doing for lunch?
I don't know why. Sometimes when it comes to food at Animal Kingdom, like the food just escapes my mind. Like I cannot think of it very well. Judy is
Nomad
going
Lounge,
crazy.
Tiffin's. There's like a lot of little
Ooh, is
booths.
Tiffin's the one, the Indian place?
Yeah.
But we already had that like Indian fusion. But
No,
that was
it was
days ago.
African. No, it was African. I told you, Jico is just African.
Oh, okay. Let's do Tiffin's then. Let's do Tiffin's, and I'm gonna
Get the
try like,
butter
the butter chicken that I've heard
Mhm.
is so good, and it'll be a rest that we need. We used to be so go that we wouldn't even like sit down for a table service, and part of that was because financial reasons. It's always cheaper to get quick service. Often we'd bring like granola bars into the park and then split one meal between the two of us,
Yeah.
just to make it work. But it's so nice to have that time in the day to like sit and rest and recharge and air conditioning. Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when
yeah.
it's a nice restaurant like that the only way you can go to the restaurant is to go to the park. Like, so you don't feel like you're wasting your time because you're like, I pay, like, it's an exclusive restaurant only to people who paid to get in the park. So it just feels good. It feels like a good use of your time. And I know that restaurant is like really well loved and just cozy looking. And so, yeah, I'm down for
Yeah.
that. That sounds great.
there's really good quick service food at Animal Kingdom too, but just in your mind for a second, picture going into Tiffin's and sitting and relaxing, or going into Nomad Lounge and sitting and relaxing and enjoying the ambiance. And then picture like going to Flame Tree Barbecue, which is also delicious, and then fighting for a table and it's hot and having to scope out a seat in the shade. Oh, there's a seat in the shade over there. It only has
And you've
3
got
chairs.
your,
There's
like,
4 of us.
Your paper, like, boat shaped plate thing with your like fries and whatever. Like, you don't even have a real plate.
And then you're thrilled that you found a place in the shade, but it is right next to the trash can. But that's just okay because it's Walt Disney World and there are trash cans everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like
you're
the
willing to
experience
put
is
up
so
with
different.
it. You're willing to, it's part of the magic when you're doing that. But the extra magic is being served at a seated, restaurant with a lot of, I don't know if it has any like official awards or anything, but I know that it's like fancy. It's not like Michelin star, but it's like nice. It's signature dining. That's what they call it. But anyway, I really like that. Okay, so we're doing that for lunch. And really, I mean, maybe we do like Navi River Journey or something, because Tiffin's is right there, like at the entrance, right before you get into Pandora. So maybe we do something chill if the waits are pretty calm in the early afternoon. But then we're heading back to Grand Flow, and we are getting ready for the Christmas party at Magic Kingdom. And we honestly, like, it's really up to us what we're feeling that day. If we maximize our Animal Kingdom day and then just get into Magic Kingdom like at 6 when the party starts, or if we want more Magic Kingdom time and we get there early. So no rush, and it depends on how much time we want to rest before the party starts. But it's good that we had a big lunch at Tiffin's, like a big fancy lunch, because from what I hear, the parties, like the restaurants are mostly closed down. So there's not a lot of good food options. There's just tons of cookies. So you want to have some good protein and like nutrients before you get there, because you're just going to have sugar.
Yeah. I'm trying to find any food that you can get at this Christmas party. But it's like Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks Dessert Party.
Yeah, it's all sugar. That's what everyone complains about that. I think if we want real food, we'll just have to stop by like Gasparilla Grill and get some quick service, and maybe like split that chicken mozzarella sandwich thing or something.
Yeah.
On like our way there, and then load up on sugar.
Yeah, we probably do need some good food before going into that. Even with Tiffin's for lunch, we had such a light breakfast, and the Christmas party goes so late. We probably do need a little protein and non-sugary sustenance. So I like that.
Every once in a while, I like laugh at us because it's like such a hypothetical thing that we're taking so seriously because this doesn't exist, and we're like, we should be practical and get some protein. But it's fun. I like it. It kind of feels like we're doing this trip, even though we're
our
just
6-night stay at
Grand
Floridian somehow feels approachable.
The other thing that I think is funny isn't the main building at Grand Flo all like the normal hotel and not the DVC part? So we're paying full price. We are not getting DVC prices by renting points, but it's okay.
I started off by saying we're rich now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true. The mix of reality and hypothetical craziness is really spot on for us, honestly.
It's real that we could be rich one day, and it's also real that even rich people can have too much heavy food and sometimes need fruit and granola bars for breakfast.
Even Taylor Swift has to consider the balance of her food in a day to make sure that she feels good.
You could be a celebrity one day. Celebrities exist, but even your celebrity crush poops, so you're never going to be able to stop doing that. You gotta balance it all.
Oh my gosh. Now it's rated R again.
Rated R? Oh my gosh. You're dramatic.
Yeah. Okay. So I just picked day 5. I think you covered dining for us all the way.
I did.
Okay, cool. So travel day is all you. What are we doing for this travel day?
Travel day, we wake up, we go to Chef Mickey's for the earliest breakfast slot that they have. Character dining, one more burst of magic.
I like that.
That's at like 9 a.m. We're pretty tired, but like we were able to push through for the one last thing. And then after that, we go back to our room, we pack up our things, we go to the airport on our Lyft or Uber or whatever, and then we get on our non-delayed flights and have minimal hindrances getting through security and all that.
That was a very practical situation. And Chef Mickey's is one of those things that I do want to do that. Like, I know it's just so like quintessential Disney World. It's so classic and old school, and the contemporary is cool. At this point of the trip, we haven't gone over there, so
yeah,
love it. Great day.
I don't know maybe 9 o'clock is a little too early. Maybe it's like at 10 o'clock or something, and we just already moved out of our room and brought our bags down to the bell services or whatever before. The details of it aren't important, but it's our travel day. Go smoothly, and we have Chef Mickey's in the morning.
Amazing. I love it. Okay, so that wraps up our popcorn planned hypothetical trip. That, again, we've had one hypothetical trip before, my Disneyland Paris trip with London and stuff. All of these trips we have recorded now as a rough plan for a potential real trip someday. So don't be shocked if you see something slightly resembling this. Molly gives the like, I'm not so sure eyes, but if we do
this one's
DVC,
expensive. We'd have to modify this one.
Yeah, it would be modified. I think it would be a split stay with DVC rental points for Grand Flo at the latter half of the trip, and we might do like Art of Animation or something for the first half, our go-to, or pop.
Yeah, Yeah,
or
and then
something
we'd also
like that.
rearrange the days and stuff because if
Yeah,
we were
to
staying
match
like
where we were staying. Hollywood Studios first, blah blah blah, Epcot earlier. I think that sounds very reasonable. Okay, anything else you wanted to say, Molly? This has been a good one.
This was a good one. Once again, I want to go to Disney World. What is it, 57 days now? 57 days, and we are going, I think since the last time we told everyone our plans, we've added a day on the front end of our trip because I'm a little Disney gremlin and I convinced Mom and Dad and Sarah to go a day earlier. So
I
that we
like
can have...
that term, a little Disney gremlin, because Molly, our mom was like, yeah, I think she's just getting antsy to get there early. And I'm like, antsy? Yeah, that's true. But I feel like it needs a more descriptive like term. The little Disney gremlin got to her and are you the Disney gremlin or did a gremlin get to you that convinced you to go early?
I think that there's a gremlin that lives within me. And
Oh,
it's somewhat separate from me, but it's also it's like my little Remy Ratatouille moment. It's like the little chef under my head.
okay. I like that better. Not inside you, but kind of like talking to you, controlling you. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. The little Disney gremlin got to you, and we extended the trip just by a day at the very beginning. And
it made a lot of sense because otherwise we were all going to be getting in at completely different times of the day from like 9 a.m. through
Yeah,
like
that's
5
true.
p.m. the next day. It was now we're all getting in around the same time on just one night earlier. We're extending it and we're staying at All Star Sports one night. Not glamorous, but
it's like
comfortable,
only
reliable.
going to be like, what was it, $47 a person, split 4 ways. We're going to cram in there.
As cheap as anything else we would find.
Yeah, and then we're all going to have that full day instead of, like you said, getting there at different times. So, and for me, I didn't have to take any more PTO off. I had already taken Friday off, so that works out. But anyway, so
and Mom
exciting.
and Dad also saved over. Mom said they saved like $120, I think, a piece by changing their flights. I don't know if it was a piece, but they saved like a lot of money by changing their flights. And she was like, "This is perfect. We're saving more money than we're spending on the hotel."
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that was
Slay.
partially because they could apply a discount after changing them that they didn't have before. But anyway,
don't tell them that.
yeah. Anyway, well, now they're going to hear it. But okay, I think that wraps it up for today. Thank you guys for listening once again. If you feel the need to share, we would love that. So tell your friends and family about us. I know a lot of people like to like screenshot, their screen when they're watching the podcast and share it on their stories or something. Feel free to do that if you want on Instagram, whatever. But we're happy you're here. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you later, Castle Dwellers.
Bye.
Bye.